Okay, for tonight's homework, you're going to be working on page 262, and you're going to be doing numbers 7 through 14. Okay, and what we'll do, we'll do 4 together right now, and then you guys will do 4 on your own. So let's get right into it. Number 7, you have 1/9 plus 5/6. 7 through 10, they kind of already they kind of did most of the work for you, because when we add fractions that have unlike denominators, meaning the bottom numbers here, if these are not alike, we have to make them alike before we can add or subtract. So in this case, we have a 9 here and a 6 here, which means they are unlike. They went ahead and already gave us they found the LCM for us, which is the least common multiple. The least common multiple for 6 and 9 is 18. Okay? So most of the work's already done for us. So what we have to ask ourselves, though, is this. What do I multiply 6 by to get to 18? Okay? So when you're doing this, you can use your matrix if you need to, or if you know the facts in your head, you can do it that way. But 6 times 3 gives me 18. Now here's the important part. Make sure whatever you multiply the denominator by, you have to multiply the numerator by that same number. Okay, so since I multiplied 6 times 3 to get 18, I have to multiply the same number, which would be 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay? And now I'm going to do the same thing up here. Okay? 9 times what gives me 18? Well, I know 9 times 2 gives me 18. And whatever I do to the denominator, the bottom number, I have to do to the top number of the numerator. So I multiply that by 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay? So now I have, my denominators are alike. So now I can add. Okay? So if I would add 2 plus 15, 2 plus 15, I'm just going to do it over here, would be 17. And then my denominator stays the same. So it's 17/18. Okay? We do not add the denominators together. Those stay the same. Once we get them the same, they stay that way. We just add the numerators. So 2 plus 15 is 17, so we have 17/18. Okay? That's number 7. Let's look at number 8. Okay? Same thing. We have 1/12 plus 2/3. Our denominators are not alike, so we have to make them alike. They did that work for us. They found the LCM, which would be 12. Okay, so I asked myself, 3 times what gives me 12? Well, I know 3 times 4 gives me 12. Whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So I have to multiply the 2 by 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, now I come up here. 12 times what is 12? Well, I know that is 1. So whatever I multiply that by, I have to multiply the top by. 1 times 1 is 1. Now I can add. 1 plus 8 is 9. And then our denominators do not add those. Those stays the same. So it would be 9/12. Okay? We could get into reducing, but we're not going to do that right now. For this, the answer is 9/12. Okay? All right. Now, let's look at number 11. This is when we're going to have to start doing the work that they did for us on the previous problems. Okay, so again, I'm here. 2/9 plus 2/3. Okay, my denominators are not alike. They're different, so I have to find my least common multiple. So over here, and again, when you're doing this, you can use your matrix. You can to help you do this. Okay, and remember, when we find multiples, multiple is just an answer to a multiplication problem. So I start with my bigger number. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. And I'm going to stop there. I'm going to see if my 3 is going to get me there. So then I have to do the same thing with 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, no matches. 3 times 2 is 6. Again, I have no matches yet. 3 times 3 is 9. I have a match. So this is my least common multiple is 9. So now I take that number, my least common multiple, and it becomes my new denominator. Okay? Now we're just back to where we were in those first two problems. I asked myself, 3 times what gives me 9? Okay, that would be 3 times 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to that top fraction, the numerator. So I multiply that by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. And again, up here, 9 times 1 is 9. I have to do the same thing to the numerator. So 2 times 1 is 2. And now I can add them together. 2 plus 6 is 8. My denominators stay the same. 8/9 for number 11. Okay? Let's look at one more. Okay, so we have number 12, 5/8 plus 1/6. Again, when I first look at it, I look to see my denominators are different, so that tells me I cannot just start adding. I have to make it so my denominators are the same. To do that, I have to find my least common multiple. So I have to find my least common multiple of my denominators, 8 and 6, which is what I did over here. Again, I'm going to start with my bigger number, and again, I ask myself, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 3, 24. Okay, I'm going to stop there and just see if I can run into it with my 6s. Okay, so same thing. 6 times 1 is 6, no match. 6 times 2 is 12, no match. 6 times 3 is 18, no match. 6 times 4 is 24. I have a match here. Okay, so my least common multiple is 24. So that's going to become my new denominator. Oh, excuse me, 24. Okay, so now we're back at our same steps as we have been doing. 6 times what gives me 24? That would be 4. Whatever I multiply this by to get 24, I have to multiply the top number. 1 times 4 is 4. 8 times what gives me 24? I know that is 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. Whatever I do here, I have to do the numerator. So 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, now I'm set. Now all I need to do is finish it by adding. 15 plus 4 is 19. And then my denominator stays the same. Just make sure you do not try to add 24 and 24 and get 48. These stay the same. So my answer is 19/24. Okay? So that is number 12. So what you will have to do is number 13 and 14 on your own, and also 9 and 10 on your own. Okay? Just remember, the denominators have to be the same. When they're not the same, we find the LCM. The LCM, start with the bigger number, do the first couple, and then go to your lower number and do the first couple, and hopefully you're going to run into a match. Once you find the LCM, that becomes your new denominator. And then you just ask yourself, 6 times what gave me 24? And the key is, whatever you multiply the denominator by, you have to multiply the numerator by that same number. And then you take a look at the next fraction. Okay, 8 times what gives me 24? 3. Whatever I multiplied that by, I had to multiply the top by the same number. Okay? And then you just add them together. Remember, the denominators stay the same. We do not add those together. That is your homework, page 262, 7 through 14.